Hey guys, Tom here. TVs are expensive, but a lot of things are nowadays. But most things don't have to be. All you need to do is look well and hard for cheaper items. Today, I'm doing that for you. Here are 3 budget TVs for people who are on a budget, like you and me, maybe. Now let's start off with something that I would not recommend you. The Westinghouse Roku TV. Simply put, it is extremely mediocre. Now, what I know about Westinghouse is the Westinghouse J34 engine, which is used on, well, quite a lot of aircraft. So, to see that Westinghouse makes TVs too is pretty interesting. Or maybe it isn't, seeing as how Westinghouse makes a lot of things anyway. Regardless, don't get this. Westinghouse isn't really Westinghouse anymore, and it's probably one of the worst TVs you can get. But I mean, if you still want it for its cheap price, by all means, go on ahead. Let's start off with the cheapest. Enter the TCL 65-inch class S4 4K LED Smart TV with Fire TV with a model number of 65S450F. Again, of course, a bit of a complicated naming scheme, but whatever. Now this TV costs just around $380, which is below $500, and with that you have a lot of features. A maximum resolution of 4K, a multitude of picture options and features, Dolby Atmos, it being a smart TV and having lots of other features, and a bezel-less design. It's got an aspect ratio of 16:9, not a lot of brightness, and when I say not a lot, I mean not a lot. A built-in speaker, obviously, a VESA mount which uses a 200x200mm interface, and it has internet connectivity, which, I mean, it wouldn't be a smart TV if it didn't have that. It's also got a variety of ports, 1 USB 2.0, 1 Ethernet port, 3 HDMI 2.0 ports, 1 cable port, and others of course. Apart from that, this TV has a Fire TV system which lets you access the ins and outs, mostly ins, of the TV, and that's about it. If you want to know more, which I know you kind of do already, or maybe I'm just assuming, you can check out the QR code on screen right now, which links you to this TV set. Now, moving on, we have the Vizio or Vizio, like Italian or something, I don't know, I'll just say Vizio. The Vizio 50-inch MQX Series 4K TV. So, this Vizio is just under $500 at $447.90, but let's just round that up to $448, but we'll also round that up to $450 because that's how I usually roll. $2 doesn't seem like a lot to me, but I mean, it kinda does to me, but I mean, whatever. I don't know why I had to say that, but ta-da. Now, this Vizio TV is 50 inches, as I have previously mentioned, supports 4K and 120Hz refresh rate, and is a QLED TV. Apart from that, Vizio advertises it as America's Smart TV, for whatever that means. Apart from that, this TV lets you watch tons of content for free, without any subscriptions or things like that. While that does sound like a good thing, I'd advise you to stay away from it because there's a saying, if a product is free, you are the product. Now this TV is also somewhat marketed towards gamers too, as you know, there's more of the usual terms you hear from gaming circles like the 120Hz refresh rate, AMD FreeSync, low input lag, and other features marketed to the common gamer. Now, let's talk about certain specifics of this TV. Of course, again, I've mentioned it's capable of 120Hz refresh rate, but it is also said and advertised to be capable of 240Hz, but with only 1080p. It's a smart TV, so it has internet connectivity, along with tons of ports like 1 USB 2.0, 1 Ethernet port, 4 HDMI 2.1 ports, and 1 cable port, among other things. It is, of course, VESA mountable with a 200x200mm interface. Now, just like the previous monitor, I'll spare you all from having your time wasted. Why not take a look at the QR code on screen right now, so you can check out this monitor. Lastly, we have the Sony 50-inch 4K Ultra HD TV, or the X77L, or the KD50X77L, whichever name you're comfortable with really. I'll just call this the Sony TV. Now, there are a few things that make this TV stand out from the rest, aside from the fact that it's not really under $500 because it costs $18 more. It's $518. Granted, it's just a little bit over the price range we're gunning for, but a little sacrifice for better quality is understandable. Let's dive into the specifics. Sony is known for premium items. I mean it. I own a Sony Xperia, for crying out loud, so let me tell you about this TV. It doesn't have 120Hz refresh rate, nor does it have 240Hz at 1080p. No. It sure is capable of 4K though, and its OS is Google TV, and of course, it has speakers. God forbid a television set lacks speakers. This wouldn't be a smart TV without internet connectivity and other types of connections, so it has that, along with Bluetooth and a handful of ports including 2 USB ports, 1 Ethernet port, 4 HDMI 2.0 ports, 1 cable port, and a ton of audio ports. Now, this TV also has 4K upscaling if you really want to see content in upscaled 4K, and it's VESA mountable through a 400 by 400mm interface. Now, I know what you might be thinking. For $500+, this seems to be more of a meh TV, but trust me, this TV is probably sturdier and tougher than the TVs we've mentioned so far. That's why it's that much more expensive compared to the other TVs. You're paying for the trust, the brand, the durability, the reliability. So, while it doesn't have all the bells and whistles that you might not even need down the line, it's got reliability. Now, I won't take this moment away from you. Scan the QR code on screen right now. Check this monitor out. And that's a wrap. Our video editor will show you the QR codes of the products that I recommended in a few seconds. Or scratch it. Show it now, buddy. There you have it. Now, our video editor, he doesn't really ask for much, but could you consider giving us a sub and a like and a comment or two? That would make me, and him especially, really happy. Stay safe.